What's going on?
What up, everybody?
Facebook Live, YouTube. How y'all doing?
Yeehaw.
We're back in the studio, Jay.
Where?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's weird.
Took a week off. Went down to 10IC. Did you have a good time?
Yes.
You're so one word, like just blah.
Sorry.
Just blah. Fishing wasn't great, but it was a hell of a time. And we got one of the guys on tonight that was down there with us. We got to meet him and hang out and really get to know him. And we thought it'd be a good idea to bring him on the podcast this evening. Mr. JL Fulks, right?
Yes, sir.
Did I say that right? He's shaking his head. Yeah.
Mr. Fulks.
So he did it right. Finally.
That's right.
So we got JL in the house tonight, and we got Facebook users back. Sup, gents?
Yeah. It's like Facebook. I already told you guys, get on that. Put some names on there. Jeez.
I'm sure they're coming in off the
Zuckerberg
noobs group.
Wake up, Zuckerberg. Jeez. Yeah,
Chris.
man.
So let's get our guy in here, man. Mr. JL. He's gonna play a little guitar, little song for us. He's a award-winning country music musician. Is that correct?
Country blues singer songwriter.
Award-winning though.
Yeah.
True.
Where's the award, bro?
Actually, I got a couple of them behind me. I can't really see them.
Not just one
back there.
I got a couple of them.
Did you just shrug your shirt? Did I just really see that? You're like, I don't want to brag. There's like 8 back there.
I got a couple behind me there.
I like it. I like it, man. Well, we got to see you play down there at Dale Hollow, man, this past weekend, and it was pretty cool. We all had a good time and thoroughly enjoyed it. But we figured it'd be cool to let JL kick off with a song just to kind of get to know him a little bit. He's a kayak fisherman as well, and he's on the Vibe Kayak team. So we're going to talk about that, talk a little kayak fishing, a little YouTube action, a little music action. But we'll give JD the floor, or JD. See, I'm confused with all these J names. JL the floor this evening for a minute to kick it off for us, man.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll do my newest single that came out like 6 months ago. And this was called I Miss My Truck. And it's because I do miss my truck. I was pretty much the only one at Dale Hollow without a truck.
What are you driving now? We had a conversation about that.
Yeah, so the inspiration for this song was started by me driving down the road in my minivan, because musicians, you'd be surprised how many musicians have minivans, just because you could put all your stuff in
gear, right?
Yeah, you could haul a band. Like I've even had like the full drum set and a whole band in there and hit the road. But I was driving down the road one day and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I really miss my truck. I was like, hey, that's a song, man.
There you go.
I went home and wrote it.
He's like, oh man, there goes my man card again.
But actually, the guy that produced this one is the lead guitar player for Billy Ray Cyrus. So nice. I got to work with him in the studio and everything. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, this was called I Miss My Truck.
Right on, man.
I was cool back in high school, my little Ford Ranger, only 2-wheel drive, but I felt alive. I had a 3-inch lift kit and 2 12s in the back. Blast country music loud and proud. I miss my truck, it was good to me. Now I got a minivan and a family, but I remember the good times, always getting stuck. Oh man, I really miss my truck. One day that truck gave out the way home from a gig. Didn't know what to do, I didn't have a clue. Soon after I fell in love, and then the babies came. Had to leave my band and got stuck with a minivan. I miss my truck, it was good to me. Now I got a minivan and a family. But I remember the good time, I was getting stuck. Oh man, I really miss my truck. One day I'll have a truck again, but next time it's gonna be four-wheel drive with a Hemi engine. I miss my truck, it was good to me. But now I got a minivan and a family. But I remember the good times, I was getting stuck. Oh man, I really, really, really miss my truck. I miss my truck, it was good to me. But now I got a minivan and a family. But I remember the good times, I was getting stuck. Oh man, I really miss my truck. Oh man, I really miss my truck. Man, I miss that truck.
Woo!
Yeah.
Good song.
Nice, man. I love it. I love it, dude. Thanks for sharing, brother.
No problem.
So, dude, I mean, how did you get into music?
So, like, when I got into music, I went to my dad and I was like, "Hey, Dad, you know, I want to get a guitar," because like all my friends were like, "Hey, you should start playing guitar." I was like, "Hey, that sounds cool," and I was like, "Dad, I want to start playing guitar." And he's like, "Well, if you're gonna start playing guitar, you're not gonna play that crap that all your friends are listening to. You're gonna learn the blues." So he gave me Stevie Ray Vaughan's Texas Flood record, and it changed my life. And I started playing the blues and everything at a very young age.
I love it, dude.
13 years old is when I started.
Right on, right on. How old are you now, man?
I just turned 30.
The dirty 30, man. All these 30-year-olds.
30.
All you
I
kids.
wish I was still 30.
Celebrated my 30th birthday on Lake Seminole, caught a big old bass.
Nice. That's the way to bring in the dirty 30. But so you started playing music, got into the fishing for inspiration and stuff, and now you've kind of taken that to a whole nother level with like the YouTube thing and stuff like that. So I mean, how did that all start? Was it just you wanted to document your journey, or?
Yeah, so you know, the more I started like falling in love with, you know, fishing and kayak fishing, it's when I started like diving into YouTube and watching videos, binge watching videos. And then I kind of decided, all right, I want to kind of take this a little more seriously. I already had a couple GoPros, so I was already kind of getting some footage and started making some videos. And that's when I went from like a $200 kayak to a Vibe Kayak, because that was kind of the good price point to make that transition. And I started making videos and I started putting them on my artist YouTube channel, and I wasn't getting the feedback that I wanted. So I wanted to start a separate YouTube channel and wanted to create another brand. It came up with Road Angler TV. But it's a funny story, actually. You know, me and my bass player, we were on the road, and we had been on the road for like a month and a half and played like 40 shows nonstop.
Oh, Jesus.
It was crazy. And we were on our way back and we were driving from like New York to Florida. So it was like a long trip. And we're going through like West Virginia out in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I want to start another YouTube channel and make it about like fishing and specifically kayak fishing. I was like, what am I going to call it? And we probably exchanged names for like 3 hours and all kinds of corny ones and cool ones, and kind of came up with Road Angler because we were on the road. And, you know, I'm an angler. So I was like, I was always kind of fishing on the road too. So that was like another cool thing, is being able to fish in different states and stuff. So that's kind of how Road Angler TV came about.
That's cool.
Now, were you taking your kayak with you when you were traveling around?
Not at the beginning, but now I pretty much do. If it's because I'll try to work in like fishing on my days off and stuff. If I'm staying in one spot, you know, for a week or two, then it's cool to bring the kayaks. But if I'm traveling to like a different city every night, it's almost not worth bringing it. But it's cool when I'm able to hang in one spot for at least a few days and can do that thing.
That's kind of cool, man. I dig that. We got a question in the chat. Where is JL from?
I'm originally from Greenville, South Carolina, but I moved down to Florida, probably 10 years ago. And then I just moved to Nashville a year ago. So right now I'm coming at you live from Nashville. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now, Middle Tennessee.
I dig it, dude. It's been crazy because, like, you know, we didn't know much about you going into the weekend. We knew of you. We know, you know, you did a interview with Ryan and Sean over at Bass Fishing for Noobs on the Paddle and Fin podcast. And, you know, Ryan kind of gave us the skinny. And then I told you, like, when we met, like, I think it was like the day or two before, I was like, oh, we should probably listen to some of this dude's music so we know what's up. And I was like, dude, this is like you got a lot of blues influence in your music. And I was like, oh, I like this dude. I really like this. And, you know, we kind of hit it off. We were talking at the cabin and, you know, talking about blues music and stuff like that. And it was kind of cool, man. But I mean, it's interesting because if you guys haven't seen JL put up a video from this past weekend, and we got some videos we're working on right now that we're going to release soon as well. But, like, you know, at the end of it, you were like, you know, all these paddle and fin guys, like, really cool dudes. I know, like, it's one of those things where you meet somebody and you know you're going to be friends for life. And it, like, I think me and Jay had that same thought too, leaving Dale Hollow. And it was it's kind of cool, like, how that whole kayak fishing world brings everybody together, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
the outside's coming in.
Shouldn't have left the door cracked, Jay. I'm gonna blame that on you. But it was pretty cool, man. If one of our guys is in the chat, I see somebody's commenting on the Paddle and Fin. If you guys could drop the link to JL's video in the comments, that'd be awesome. You guys can go check that out and subscribe to his channel, man. So, I mean, that was the thing, man. Like, how did you feel about the weekend? I know we haven't shared our thoughts on the weekend yet, but we'll ask you, man. Like, what was your overall thoughts on, like, you know, the meetup, the location, all that good stuff, man?
I mean, it was awesome. Besides the fishing, like, I don't think it could have been any better.
Sure.
You know, like you were saying, you know, like it's hard to get a group of like 25 dudes in a cabin and like not someone starting drama or some negative vibes. So that was like a big thing, was just like everybody was just super cool and easygoing. Like, and, you know, I probably hadn't laughed that much in a while. So that was, you know, a really great time, man. I was just, you know, beautiful fall vibes and scenery. Everyone's super nice and like a lot of camaraderie, you know, and supportive, you know, just everything, you know, even me being the only one without a motor or, you know, pedal drive on their kayak, you know, like everybody was towing me around and, you know, super cool, you know, so
little inflection on that. He's like, I didn't have a motor.
Yeah, well, I wish I had a motor, but
well, I think that was the thing too, because you were like, man, I don't want to hold you guys back. And we're like, dude, we'll tow you. Like, who cares? Like, you know, we weren't fishing the tournament when we said that. So, I mean, it was like, you know, who cares, man? Like, we'll get you out there, use your paddle and maneuver around, and we'll motor you back in, man. No big deal.
Big water. I mean, you need some kind of help, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, these guys had to wait for me because I was putting around, you know? It's like, I had to watch it with said motor because it would overheat.
Yeah.
So it dropped out that first day, and then thank God it still worked.
Well, that Sunday it had started raining, and I'm like, I forgot my rain gear back at the cabin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going back. Jay's like, you want to go back to the truck? I got a coat in my car or a hoodie or something. And I was like, yeah, let's go. Meanwhile, like, I'm doing 2 miles an hour less than what I could have done because I was waiting for Jay. Because, like, I told him, I was like, dude, if your motor overheats and you're stuck out here by yourself, like, you know, that's no bueno. So,
I love how Dustin was like, I would have told you, but he was the one who was farthest in front of us.
Like, well, he's got that Torpedo, man. He
by far, like, probably one of the best motors on the water.
Right.
He was zipping all around, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was moving that big rig, man. He said he can get that to like 5.1 or 5.2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fast for a big rig. 13. I mean, that's a great hull, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll say that all day long, but I mean, the Torpedo obviously is a very good machine, good motor to have on the back of a kayak.
That'll scoot any kayak across the water. We had a conversation with Chris.
Oh, isn't it Yonk?
Yonk. Chris Yonk.
Yeah.
Is in the chat.
Right, Chris?
He was down at the meetup. I always pronounce his last name Joush or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're not even close, dude. Yeah. But don't worry. It happens to me all the time.
I really just think that nobody really knows how to say their last names, and we do. So
right. Exactly.
It's like we'll correct your guys' names. It's fine.